Bro, Hollywood P reacts.
What's going on YouTube? It's your dude Hollywood P back again for another video. Now as always folks, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, also turn on your post notifications so that you stay up to date with all of my latest uploads. Alright guys, we are back once again, and today we will be discussing two topics. We will be discussing Halle Bailey movie being canceled by Hollywood and producers, director, and I'll give you the rundown on that. But before we get to this topic here, we got to discuss today's event. We are going camping. Supposedly his brother, his girlfriend, Lala, Cinco, and of course India Love will be with DDG. Now a lot's been going on kind of behind the scenes with, DDG and his brother Dub allegedly. DDG does feel like Dub doesn't come through like he used to anymore. He feels like he's being neglected by his brother, and we're gonna pretty much dive into that topic right now. So as you know, if you guys been watching DDG for the past month or two, you notice that his brother Dub really doesn't hang around him as much anymore. And the reason being, or should I say the alleged reason, is because Dub realizes that DDG is no longer just his little brother. And he says he's recently just understood what was really going on. Once they were in, I think they were in Hawaii, and he saw how kind of like the pandemonium from the fans, and it looks like a Michael Jackson just let out a concert and he walking through the crowd. Like, it was crazy. And Dub has been with DDG since he started his, pretty much, of course, the YouTube journey and also his music journey. He used to be at the concerts, pretty much like being one of the, the guys on stage, like the hype man and stuff like that, along with his other friends. But he said this time is different. So the incident that happened when they were out and it was an alleged fight or whatever that broke out, and there were threats of lawsuits and everything, and this was right in the midst of course, the custody battle. Like in the beginning of it, the first week, this happened, and Halle took that and added it to her case, to show that like the whole family is violent type stuff. So that's one of the reasons that Dub has fallen back a little bit. And also it's because Dub is in a relationship and Aaliyah is really like on his head about cheating and stuff like that, because he's already been kind of outed for the little situation that popped off at the hit-a-thon, where you seen him kind of sneaking around with this girl on camera, and it was at a DDG's event. It was a hit-a-thon. So she already is very like kind of like wary of if he's like faithful or not. So she left. At one point in time, Aaliyah did leave. When she went to Houston, she wasn't answering Dub's phone calls, and he kind of played it off like, yeah, man, I really don't care. But he was really like, he's like, yo, she really ain't answering no text. So now that he got her back, he ain't trying to lose her no more. And a lot of the events that DDG has is a bunch of like single women, a bunch of girls around with no clothes on, and Dub not trying to be around that to lose his girlfriend. That's the reason why he doesn't really hang around his brother, because his brother's out, shooting videos and stuff with different girls, and Aaliyah's not going for that, and Dub doesn't want to lose his girlfriend. That's the real reason behind it, allegedly. But today is the camp life trip. DDG India Love, he invited his brother Dub and Aaliyah, which is Dub's girlfriend. Dub said he's gonna pull up, but DDG doesn't believe him. He was supposed to be in Italy as well, or also Paris. Dub didn't come. So DDG just feels like his brother don't want to hang with him no more. But of course, Dub doesn't really want to open up and tell him the real reason. But if DDG does see this video, and I'm sure he will, that's the reason behind it. It's because the relationship stuff he has with Aaliyah, and also he doesn't want you to get in any trouble being around him. Dub also admitted that, you know, he's got a problem. He's just like, he don't know why he's so mad. He doesn't know why he's so toxic and angry all the time and so negative. You know, he said he talked to his mom about it, and I think his mom also agreed that he should kind of give you your space because you on a whole nother realm right now, you know, other than what they used to see. They used to seeing, you know, where you guys can actually go and walk around with no security, but now it's like different. It's like moving around with Floyd Mayweather or Michael Jackson. You know what I'm saying? All the security, it just makes people not able to be themselves, and that's kind of why he's kind of withdrawn a little bit from you. All right. Okay, so now we are going to move on to this Halle Bailey situation about this movie being canceled. So let's get over to that. All right, guys, so let's get into this final segment, and this is about the Halle Bailey movie that was pretty much canned. It was based on Pharrell Williams' childhood. Halle Bailey was the leading actress in the movie. It also had, you know, Missy Elliott in it, Janelle Monáe, but Pharrell and pretty much the editors was looking at it, and it just didn't live up to the hype. Now, what was going on around this time was all the stuff we've recently been seeing, from the alleged fights and stuff with DDG, the fight for Halo pretty much was going on. He's trying to get Halo. They're in the midst of breaking up, like all the drama, all the, you know, she run off with his firearm and trying to unalive herself, and they had to talk her down, and knives coming out, and all the crazy stuff. Ring doorbell camera action, fighting, jumping across the backseat, all that was going on at this point in time. This is when it was happening. So as an actor or actress, you got to be locked in when you're on set. And this was a musical as well. So you're not only just acting, you're also singing, dancing, moving around a lot of just unorganic energy. That's what was going on. When they were at rehearsal, it was just like that. They were at rehearsal, but her mind wasn't locked in on this film project. It was more on her relationships falling apart. She's suffering from postpartum depression. A lot was going on. So when they got all the footage and they went to the editing room and was putting the pieces together, they noticed that it just didn't look organic. Because you got to realize a lot of their battles, where I'm talking about DDG and Halle Bailey, were because of alleged infidelity, kissing and all this stuff. Remember DDG dropped the song Fame, talking about, you know, when Halle Bailey goes off the set kissing on different men and all this stuff, and how he's supposed to feel. He's pissed off. You know what I mean? This is when it all was happening. Everything that we've been seeing that we weren't hearing about then, that we're hearing about now, this is when it was happening. So when they looked at it, it just didn't feel organic. It just didn't live up to the hype, because this movie was based on Pharrell Williams' childhood. And when he saw it, he was like, this ain't my childhood. You know what I mean? So that's why the movie was really canned. It just didn't gel well. You know, they had the rehearsals, they had everything. And I'm going to play a little clip here of Halle Bailey talking about, you know, her first day being on set and everything. And she's got a visitor with her. So let's check that out.
It's Halle. I miss you guys so much. I'm on set today. My baby is with me. So today was my first official day of shooting. The rest of the days I've been here, I've just been rehearsal and stuff, so it's been such a fun day so far. I'm really excited, and I feel good because my baby is here with me, so I feel like I have an extra energy boost to keep going. But it's a lunch break, and I'm thinking, why not? Let's do a Q&A, so ask your questions.
So around this time, this is when DDG was trying to actually keep Halo with him while Halle goes off to work, but she was wanting Halo with her because, of course, she's suffering from postpartum depression, and she's probably got some type of, you know, she wants Halo there with her. You know, DDG was like, hey, you got Poseidon the cat, how about you hold on to Poseidon, I hold on to Halo, you know. But she wasn't going for it, and she was not letting that baby go, you know. So that's why allegedly the movie got canned. You know, she just was not connected to the film, like, mentally. And I get it. You know, she had a lot going on, as we see now. But anyway, guys, I am going to end the video there. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Also turn on your post notifications. And as always, folks, as always, holla back at your boy. Peace.